Hello, I just thought I'd make a fun little short video about my collection of sorts, just for, preservation facts and all that. Maybe you guys are slightly curious, but here you go. This is one of my favorite sections, which is the Danganronpa section. You have a whole bunch of pop-up parade figures. As you can see, you got Junko and Komaeda there, as well as Kirigiri up there, who was a new release in January, as well as this little Danganronpa V3 little plaque here with these Gachapon figures that I have all lined up about. As you may have noticed as well, there's some CDs in the back, which are some of the soundtracks, as well as the radio talk shows of a lot of the voice actors. Yeah, I'm very big into this series, as you can tell. Little Monokuma there as well. And then, yeah, the boxes in the back are the limited edition, or the deluxe editions of all three games. Has a whole bunch of art books and all other kinds of interesting stuff that came out at the time. Over here we have some manga, like inspiration books, or because I do draw quite a bit, there's a whole bunch of different clothes options and poses and all that kind of stuff. That's my little corner. And as you can see, I have little memos as well on the top. And down here we have, we got Naruto there for one, with some Persona 3 little minifigures down there. And I have some Blue Lock boys here. We have Nagi, Isagi, and Chigiri, of course. I have the entirety of Naruto on DVD, including Shippuden, of course. Easily my favorite anime of all time, even to this day. And some of my other favorites down here, we got Air Gear, Flame of Recca, Inazuma 11, some Shaman King, Tokyo Revengers, and I even have some Blue Lock in the back there, some of the Blu-rays, some of the new ones there. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Down here, one of my favorite sections, actually, it's my little Pokemon trainer section. These are called Pokemon Scale World. Some of them are incredibly expensive, but they are the trainers. And I really like the trainers because I like the Pokemon manga, which focuses on a lot of these characters. And they've never done a lot of these before, but yeah, as you can see, Silver back there was a very expensive figure, as he was an exclusive. I think it was like $70 or something. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, and we have a whole bunch of DS and 3DS stuff in the back, like some Fire Emblem, some Inazuma 11, some Pokemon. Yep, Silver, of course. Very, very expensive figure. But yeah, there you have it. I mean, if we're lucky enough, we might get Gen 5 this year, so I'm very excited for that. I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, let me know if you have any, or what your favorite DS and 3DS games are. And there you go, there's a little Wii there. There's a tiny little Wii. But yeah, we've got some Tokyo Revengers as well as my CD stuff here, so a cool little Shikishi in the background there. I have all the Tokyo Revenger Gachapons, other than some of the double-ups that exist. I know there's two versions of like Mikey and stuff, but there you have it. Some Persona 1 acrylic charms. I think that was for a cafe a while back, but we've got like Reiji and stuff. And I also have like Bleach soundtracks, or not soundtracks, they're like compilations of openings and endings, as well as the Naruto stuff. I also have some of the Blue Lock Gachapons. I'm missing two of them. I don't have Nagi and stuff, but yeah, I got a little Aegis there and a little Jack Frost, of course. Some of my other CD content, like Sold Out, Green Day. The Air Gear soundtrack, very rare one, as well as some of the Persona soundtracks and stuff as well. Yeah, and these Naruto CD albums are very cool. They actually have the videos of the openings and stuff. Down here, we have my Shaman King collection. Another one of my favorite series of all time. Luckily, this cupboard, or this little, whatever it's called, it fit all 35 volumes perfectly, flush like that. And you have some of these little album, what do you call them, like picture frames that came with the Blu-ray discs as little like pre-order bonuses. So yeah, I put them up as well. And we have 5 of the characters here, of course, Horohoro, Yo, Hao, Anna, and Tao Ren, of course. So yeah, I think they look cool. And tiny little magnet there. I have the whole magnet collection thing that they released as well, but decided to put Yo and Amidamaru on each corner. Down here, continued over with some more Shaman King stuff. There's all the sequel mangas and the Gaiden mangas. Zero Flowers, Red Crimson Marcos, and Superstar, of course, as well as the Shaman King Gachapon stuff. And these are called Desktop Shamans. They're really cool little minifigures. I do really like some of the minifigure stuff rather than bigger stuff, personally. I just think it looks cuter on the wherever you display them. I also have Butsu Zone there and some Jumbo, which is some other mangas that Take Hiroyuki wrote, who is the author of Shaman King, of course. The How in the back there, yeah, that one's pretty sought after from what I can tell. I did get a rather good deal on him though. And yeah, these little gachapons are very, very cute. So that's the whole set. Down here, I have some of the DVD stuff. Of course, Ben 10, the classic stuff. 20th Century Boys, very, very good movie. As well as Dragon Ball Z, which I must say was one of my first anime. I think One Piece was my first anime, but yeah, Dragon Ball Z is definitely up there in terms of just, enjoyable battles and stuff. A couple other movies and stuff like Kaiji, a couple One Piece movies, Persona 4 the animation, of course. I got Pokemon The Origin, which is a adaptation of what happened in Red and Blue, of course. And Soul Eater Ushio Tora, some X-Men, good stuff. And then over here, we have an English Shonen Jump volume, I guess, as well as the 3 Naruto illustration books. And here I just wanted to take a look at this thing, which was the Black Clover movie pamphlet that they were selling. And I don't know if they do this in every country, but at least in Japan, they sell these like full-on, really nice laminated books of movies that are coming out. And they're about $10 to $15 each, but they'll go through different like character interviews, designs, that sort of thing. So I just picked that one up because that movie was a blast to go to. Moving over to the top shelf here, of course, we have Asta and Yuno. This is where I put all my, like, big figures and stuff. But these Black Clover figures, are getting really hard to come by now. And these are the only Black Clover figures that are this scale that exist. So, yeah. Of course, I got the Flygon family as plushes, because the Flygon is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I have a little N here that I picked up for, like, $3. He's missing his little, like, Darumaka or something that he came with. But, yeah, he's, I don't know. Bishy boys are fun, I guess. Of course, we have the 20th anniversary Naruto figures here, with Naruto Sasuke in their Shippuden and base forms in the back there. And then over here, we have some Tokyo Revengers stuff. I have Takemichi and Mikey, of course. I might be looking into getting a Draken at one point. But also, we have Ryoma Echizen from Prince of Tennis, which is one of my favorite sports manga. So, yeah, he's just chilling back there. I love the series to bits. But yeah, there's, I've had other big figures, but those are the main ones I have now. Plushes down here, we got Mischievous and Murkrow, some other characters that I like, as well as this giant Mudkip that I got, and Bowser Jr., which is definitely my favorite Mario character. What a goober, what an absolute cute little gremlin. Over to the side, there's these little Kamen Rider Ryuki and Knight figures there. But this DVD section, or this collection, I should say, is a Jump DVD section. So there's a whole bunch of different interviews of Shonen Jump authors that go through, and it's like an hour of their content, drawing stuff, and they'll talk about different design processes. And it's really kind of relaxing to put on in the background while I draw. So I just got the whole set. I found a really good deal for it. So as you can see, some really big names like Akira Toriyama, Eiichiro Oda, Tite Kubo, Masashi Kishimoto, of course. Whole bunch of good authors there. Moving over to this little thing here that I wanted to show off. This is my wall scroll of Danganronpa that I found. Of course, this is actually bigger than the TV that I have in my room, so it's pretty big. As well as I have this little Shaman King artboard. Now, at some point, I want to get this one framed, but for the time being, it's still in its plastic caseage, I should say. But at one point, I will definitely get that one framed. Moving over here, this is my book section, and I have this giant Flareon that a friend gave one Christmas. Treasure it to this day. It is a very massive plush, but Flareon's definitely my favorite Eevee character. And moving up top, we're just going to move over to the top of the bookshelf, of course. Got some miniature Danganronpa stuff, as well as that alien thing in the back was from a friend. So yeah, there you have it. But I do like these chibi Danganronpa figures, of course, as well as most of the Fire Emblem amiibos. I'm a massive Fire Emblem fan, as you all know from my channel. I have that giant Engage tapestry in the back as well. I'm missing Kamui and Tiki are the two ones I'm missing. There is another version of Chrom, but I'm not too fussed about that. So other than that, I have all of them. Yeah, some of them look super cool. And then, yeah, over here, just a little Lifeguard, which is a Japanese soda. I just really like the design of this. They just have these crazy-looking rabbits and stuff on it. And so I always have a can here. When it goes to expiry date, I'll just get a new one. But anyways, moving on to some manga stuff. I have the Shonen Jump World Collector's figures, of course, which are all these different minifigures. Some of them are really expensive, actually, like the Chainsaw Man one that came out recently, which I was able to get before the demand kicked in with the anime. But yeah, we also have Asta and Yuno from Black Clover. But that Chainsaw Man one goes for like, I think the last time I checked it was like $75 or something pretty ridiculous. So Yeah, and there you have it, as well as the part 1 of Naruto going into Shippuden here. Down here, continued over with some more Shippuden all the way to the end of the series, as well as these J-Star figures, as you can see, with characters from Gintama, Death Note, iShield 21, the like, and some bonus Naruto content here as well, like some of the movie bonuses and stuff like that. Down here, moving on to Black Clover, which is another one of my favorite series. It's probably my favorite series that's running in Shonen Jump right now, personally. I have all the volumes that have been released so far, and which moves over to this side, which is Prince of Tennis, which, like I mentioned earlier, is one of my favorite sports series. And the World Collector's figures just keep going, all the way to Jotaro and Saint Seiya there, of course. So all 42, and then up here, we have a little Black Clover thing, and some iShield 21 Gachapon stuff. Cute stuff, of course. And I was massive into Bakugan growing up, so I decided to get all the partner Bakugan. I actually did have most of them, but I had to pick up some of them in my adult life, like Delta Dragonoid on the second row there, which I did not own. But like the Dragonoid and stuff at the top, they're all from back in the day. Same as this Maximus Dragonoid from New Destroyer, of course. And this was just a cool bleached Coca-Cola that I found, so I just kind of have that there. Soul Blast. I don't know what it tastes like. I haven't opened it, so. And then this Bulbasaur is actually very sentimental because it's from way back in the day when I was like, I don't know, 1 or 2 or something. So it's definitely a plush from like 98 or something. And then a little one-piece tapestry in the back. And then, that's right, we have Pochita here, which is the Chainsaw Man mascot. I went to the Chainsaw Man pop-up store, which was a thing that happened for like a week with a friend, and I decided just to get that one because why not? Down the next row, I have Prince of Tennis, of course. A couple volumes are missing there in the new Prince of Tennis because I was reading them at the time, but all 39 volumes are there. And then it just moves over to Tokyo Revengers, and these are the full-colored Brilliant editions, which have been coming out recently. Basically just the manga in full color. You know, colored manga is always fun, so. And we do have the Tokyo Revengers boys there as well as the Blue Lock WCF stuff. And Blue Lock there as well, which was something I was massively into last year. Moving down here, I do have the rest of the Blue Lock volumes from 12 to 24, but a friend is borrowing them at the moment, so yeah, that's the only reason why it jumps from 11 to 25 there. As well as Episode Nagi, which is coming out next year as a movie. And we have some One Piece Straw Hats there, and another manga here, which is Rakudo no Onatachi, which is it got an anime adaptation recently, but it's basically a delinquent girl manga, which I really like. As you can see there, the Egyptian god cards. Again, it's a childhood thing that I just had to get. All 3 of them there. I'm not massive into Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, but it's a cool thing to have. And we have the Saint Seiya final editions. Saint Seiya is another one of my favorites. The final editions are the new prints that have been releasing recently, as well as Next Dimension, which is the sequel series, and we have some other spin-offs like Saintia Show here, or just Saint Seiya related stuff. And another manga here, which is Glepnir, which is a fun little action manga. Down here, I have some Sword Art Online stuff. I was going to sell that actually, but yeah, anyways. And then the Pokemon manga, of course. Pokemon Special goes all the way down to volume, 64? Yeah, that's it. All the way to Omega Ruby. It's cool stuff. Moving over to the game section that I have. Of course, as you can see, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, as well as some other Wii games here, like Inazuma 11, and some Naruto stuff, some Mario Kart, all the good stuff. No More Heroes on the side. Interesting stuff, yeah. And this little rubber mascot is actually very, very rare because it's actually of a YouTuber that I kind of won a Twitter raffle of, and they were gracious enough to send that one to me. So thank you so much. Shout out to Asuna. Keep up the good work with the Danganronpa content, obviously. But yeah, down here, moving on to PlayStation 2 stuff. I have some bangers like Need for Speed Most Wanted, Persona 3, Persona 4, as well as, there we go, little Zatch Bell there, cute little character, of course. And just moving down to PS3 stuff, I have streamlined it. I used to have a lot more stuff, but these are just some of the ones I still have, like Saint Seiya Soldier Soul, Tekken 6, Gundam Extreme Versus, the like, and this giant Elios collection of Fire Emblem Engage. I still have no idea where I'm supposed to put this, but I did buy the whole thing. It came with the art book, it came with, the postcards, all of that stuff. Down here, some GameCube stuff, some Naruto, as well as some Switch, like some new stuff like Mario Kart 8, Astral Chain, and some PSP stuff like the Persona games, of course. And to finish things off, here is a pillar of the Tokyo Revengers Boys that I did not buy. A friend of mine bought. Thank you so much, by the way. If you're watching this, you know who you are. But I haven't sat on it. It's a little bit too precious to sit on, but there you go. Anyways, this is the full view of my little corner bookshelf, corner library. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, that's where things are going to end off. So hopefully you'll enjoyed looking at my room together. Yeah, I guess.